if that member of your
The wall doesn't look too sturdy.
team dies, I remember this. If that member of your team dies, then you can't think of anymore. Right, what was it saying? What was it telling me to press square for? No, get down, silly no. Thank you. What was it telling me to press square for? Don't know. I don't like that brazier. I know that much. Yeah. Waddle, 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 waddle. What's that? Waddle, waddle. Yeah, okay. This is pretty cool, actually. I do like this bit. It's also showing in the little rolling demo thing. Shows you how to do this part. Could have just standing there all chilled and relaxed, yeah. Convenient that there's a nice little groove there. Like, they do this on a regular basis. To be honest, that actually wouldn't surprise me. These guys are a little bit on the odd side. Well, they are aminals after all, but aminalistic. Yes, aminals. Ah, yes. Gives you that there are multiple things you can do in the area. You have your square to do something else. So, I think I remember now. I think it's the blue one that allows Scree to give her energy back, and then the diamond ones that allow him to revive her. Something like that? Or is it the other way around? Might be the other way around. We'll find out as it goes by anyway. I haven't read the instruction manual for a while, so I haven't had any reason to. But I'm glad I started playing this again. As you may have noticed, this recording's been going on a lot longer than I usually do. And other games I've played because I enjoy it more. Plus, I feel I owe you something for sitting through me going round and round in circles, the same area over and over and over. Oh well. I remember these things.
Rift gates outside of the Nexus are a little different to those within. Before we can use this one, we must first power up the outer discs. You take one wheel, I'll take the other.
Yeah,
we need to build up sufficient speed so that a passageway may be formed.
They allow you to fast jump, as I recall. A bit like those portal things you get in, yeah. These are directional buttons to look. But I don't want to go there at the moment. But they allow you to jump from one area to another, kind of like the warp gate things you get in Soul Reaver. Legacy of Kain series. That's another series that I really want to start playing again. Oh, that one actually is getting a new game in the series, sort of, in the not too distant future. It's actually a reboot, but the important thing is we're getting another Legacy of Kain game. I hope it's more of a soft reboot, because I know that the whole thing with the Hilden was brought in by a separate team than the original people.
Locked.
Yeah, I don't think I can go in there. So, kind of makes sense that they do a reboot, but I do hope it's something of a soft reboot and doesn't run roughshod over the main story, because it really needs to be finished off, if you ask me. It kind of left on a I don't know, not a down note as such, but it certainly deserved more than it got. Yeah, oh, that reminds me, those thingy bobs, by the way, they only affect you. I'll talk about that in a little bit. When she's in her mortal form like this, anyway, her health refills, but I'll go into more detail of that as and when it happens. Suffice to say that she can do stuff. Don't want to give too many spoilers. But hey, if you haven't played the game already, the whole thing's going to be a spoiler. But I don't want to tell you until it actually happens.
Now this isn't a good sign.
What is
It's
it?
a horn.
It's a piece of a Ferai's horn. It has an engraved tip. The symbol is similar to one used by Hearn's family.
I guess we should show it to him then.
That reminds me, actually, I want a drinking horn. The house don't look too good, does it? Looks like it was a nice building once upon a time. Well, nice place to live. I'd love to live in a place like that.
Don't just stand there. This thing weighs a ton.
I would miss my internet connection though. So I could only stay in a place like that if there was a net connection nearby. Fibre optic as well. I like my fibre optic, that does.
I think we'll need to split up here. I can climb down. I'm afraid you'll have to find another way.
Well, I can find my way, alright. It does. I think this is a point where you could have done with at least a brief cutscene where she showed some reservation about doing this, because I mean, it does take a certain amount of guts to be able to do something like that. Alright, there we go, thank you. But I think they kind of. I just think that the developers kind of forgot, to be honest. They introduced this as a flame mechanic, possibly introduced it fairly late on, and just didn't think to add a little scene like that, because that sort of thing is such a standard part of video games these days. Even at this point, when this game was made, it was still fairly common to have things like that as a play mechanic. So I think they just didn't consider the possibility that a real person in the real world would have some degree of reticence about doing it. Then again, considering what she's already been through, it's not all that unreasonable for her to be just like, you know what, just go with it by this point. She's seen a lot of weird stuff already. The whole thing splitting up and them having to find their own way across is something that does happen on a fairly regular basis. This is just a kind of a teaser. This whole level is pretty much one big, huge, extremely fluid tutorial when you think about it. It's slowly introducing all of the major aspects of the game, a little bit at a time, without putting in too much so that it becomes overwhelming. I think this leads back up to where I saw those guards earlier, and they were like, "Go do one, Shamon." Use bow and arrow. Had the bows and arrows again. You know, Scree can. Has to be Scree to go through there. I'm gonna go over this way first. I think there's another little cutscene over here where we get a bit more of the plot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the bit I'm thinking of. And if it is, this is one of the better scenes, as I recall.
Get down, someone's coming.
Been out on Lash. Or maybe not.
What's going on here?
The hell is that thing? It was like a tauntaun on crack.
Who's she?
On steroids, more like.
It's Lady Divina.
Wait, Scree. I don't know who she is, but this does not look like a welcoming committee.
Like I said, she's not stupid, that one.
Casus disis includi vit deos jalvenari. Die job toe penny. Bedoel je al hegdiden. Door Sanjip moet wedden bol heen. Die ons niet je boek kaverber.
Stupid! Du lasso san pen, ati
It's pretty obvious she just said something like silence. Ow. That was painful. But not for long.
I don't understand. Divina is known as a noble and just queen. Why would she have someone murdered like that?
People change.
Guess she ain't the gal she used to be.
The prisoner was no criminal. He was a shaman, a Ferai holy man. He spoke of uncovering Divina's secret, and that there were others still loyal to her. We must find out what he meant.
Wonder if Hearn knows about his wife's mean streak.
I doubt it, and I don't relish the task of telling him.
The plot thickens. See, now that's the kind of... this goes back to Bioshock, and it won't really have the relevance to you right now that it will after you've seen my dissection of Bioshock. But that's the kind of plot development I like a lot, 'cause it's a lot more... It's, like they say, show, don't tell. It's also not lengthy, like a lot of them are. It gets the point across quite easily, instead of having to explain everything to you. It just shows you, look, something is out of sorts here. It doesn't even tell you exactly what's going on, which is a nice change. Okay, I'm actually going to go back. I'll be back to this in a minute. I'm going to go back to that fact, since it's only him that can go through there. I'll leave Jen where she is for now. Oh, wait, need to be down there. Because if you remember, there was that thing you got back up the top. There was that little cavey, alcovey thing you could go through. I'm going to go and have a mooch in there first. Goosey gander. Jen will be fine where she is.